Anything Can Happen Friday. The art and cultural side of Southeast Asia.
Hey, this is Arlene.
Hi, welcome back. This is Grace.
And of course, you are still with us on our Anything Can Happen Friday. Of course, what is happening today is we discussing on the topic regarding about yoga.
And we're still speaking to Dr. Mohan, and he's now in the USA, and we're via Skype to interview him, and we have been talking quite insightful the facts and also his experiences from practicing yoga. Perhaps we can go more in depth.
Yes, but you know, I have a personal question, like a cheeky personal question. Is there a yoga for losing weight? As a woman.
Okay, can I answer?
Yes.
I think the Hatha yoga is helpful in blissfully being slim. It's not about forcing and straining yourself to be thin. You know, those extreme conditions. So yoga, I remember, is about balance. So you find your natural level of your physiology in terms of what it needs to be. And when you practice transcendental meditation, it shows that stress is released. Now, some research in the last 10 years seems to suggest that as people are stressed or even sleep less, they tend to put on weight.
Yes.
So now, if we identify that as a major contributor to stress, lack of sleep, sleep deprivation, and that leads to becoming obese, or not even obese perhaps, but becoming, putting on weight, that's putting it more politically correctly, you find that the cause again, or the cause or the agency that exacerbates putting on weight is stress. So we release the stress through yoga or transcendental meditation, which has found to be, through the research, the most effective antidote to stress. It immunizes the nervous system against stress. And for most of us, it actually releases the stress through a level of deep rest. So finding the balance through yoga, through meditation, does achieve an ideal level of the body type, right?
Yeah.
With having to force oneself into a strenuous regime, which is very artificial, which in and of itself can create stress. And so you're not actually solving the problem, you're adding another layer of stress into your life and into your body. Do you understand the point?
Yeah, it's very fascinating.
Well, it doesn't only touch on the losing weight, but then it comes with a lot of health benefits.
That's true.
And then it is very interesting that how it affects it can affect the whole society, the working environment, and psychologically to make sure that you think and you understand the situation first before you put in an action.
Yes, absolutely. It's always, we begin with ourselves. Change comes from ourselves. So, be the change you want to be in the world, is what Gandhi said. Now, interestingly, the United Nations declared June 21st the longest day. It is Prime Minister Modi, which is the summer solstice, actually, in the Northern Hemisphere, the longest day, to be Yoga Day in 177 countries. And the goal of yoga is unification. It starts with the self. And it was Gandhi who said, be the change that you want to see in the world.
Yep.
And this change must come in a very natural, friendly to oneself way. Because if we add more stress in trying to change ourselves, we create stress in the environment. Now, we all have very good goals, sincere goals, but we take care of ourselves. Now, one of the in the United Nations, in the history of the United Nations, they had, because this was the United Nations International Yoga Day.
Yep.
Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit was the first, I think, ambassador of India to the United Nations, and he said that wars start in the minds of men. So when we find peace in ourselves, in our minds, and we find in our hearts the unity amongst all ourselves, and we understand that diversity is necessary and indeed to be enjoyed, then, peace begins with yourself. And if the individual is the unit of world peace, the logic is actually very compelling. We don't try to force change on people. We start with ourselves. And even so, we don't need everybody. Just a small group can have a powerful effect, minding their own business, meditating and doing yoga through transcendental meditation.
Wow.
So begin with yourself. Now, this message is also for doctors and nurses who are very stressed, teachers. So we say we heal ourselves first. We have responsibilities in the world. We embrace the diversity and the challenge. We don't run away.
Mm-hmm.
Life is here to be enjoyed, as Maharishi said. So we enjoy the diversity. Unification basically is bringing the unity at a higher level, which allows change to occur, which does not impose a common standard, one size fits all on the diversity, which is already a source of conflict in the world. I know my X is better than yours, my philosophy, my religion, my culture, my political system. It's causing a lot of conflict in the world.
Yes.
Each part of the world is part of an ecosystem. Whether they're traditional peoples in the forest in East Malaysia, they are silently enlivening natural laws in the environment.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's someone working in the Klang Valley, busy, right, as a teacher or as a doctor, right, or as a housewife, they're taking care of the environment. So we're all part of this texture, this web, right?
Yep.
We give and take. And there's intelligence, and there is basically yoga brings us dharma, which means natural order. So we respect that. And this is really what we call deep sustainability. I'll be in a conference tomorrow about deep sustainability. Mm-hmm. So deep sustainability is about something that lasts. It's not a fashion or a fad. It's not greenwashing, as we say. It's not PR. It's something that understands that how we are all connected. And we understand this through the deep insights when we transcend through transcendental meditation. And we know the interconnections between our own mind and body, but also between ourselves and the environment. And these are the laws of nature. And we're just beginning to discover them. Science, to its credit, discovered them and codified a methodology in trying to understand. And science has given us a lot of good things, right? Yeah. So now we are on the level in the 21st century to understand the spiritual and the yogic connections to show how this natural law is expressed in the diversity and how it unites this diversity. And it begins with ourselves.
Well, perhaps to our listeners and also youngsters, who they been going through very busy schedule, perhaps going to the schools, and after they have so many activities after all, any recommendations that Dr. Mohan you can give to them to practice at least a bit of yoga or taste of yoga?
Yeah, I would recommend them to contact the Transcendence Meditation Center. It is the number is, I'm just trying to pull it out. It is. I'll give you the address first. The address is number 22, Jalan 17/1, Petaling Jaya. The number is basically, I think I sent it to you. I'm just trying to dig it out. Hang on a minute.
I think the number is the 03795 and 88109.
That is correct. Can you say that loud?
So again, I will repeat, 03795 88109, and the address is at number 22 Jalan 17-1, Petaling Jaya.
Yeah, can you put it on your website, please? Because they had a celebration in this Transcendental Meditation Maharishi Invincibility Center on Yoga Day.
Right.
And they would welcome students who are busy, executives, housewives, anyone who's busy. It doesn't matter who you are, whatever walk of life. Please give them a call at that number. If you can say the number again, Grace, and put it on your website. Ken Tiong is the national director, and there are many teachers who will give a free lecture on how to learn this. In 5 days or so, you will learn. And we teach, a lot of people, 6 million people have learned this. There are, thousands have learned in South Africa. And I've been involved in the research there. And, thousands of students in America, from San Francisco to Chicago to other schools now. It is transforming America. And I think if you go to my Facebook page on dates, and I think, Aline, you've been there, you can see it. Huffington Post practices Transcendental Meditation. Ariana Huffington, the editor. and they carry a lot of articles, and it's just coming in every day.
Right.
So it's for people who are busy. We emphasize that it's stress management, but it's more than that. It's actually, but we need to understand stress, and so we need to treat stress, and you can inoculate against stress. But the goal is unity. That is yoga. So transcendental meditation on dhyana restores the connection in all parts of yoga. Mind is very powerful. So we use the mind or the thinking process to transcend. Transcend means to go beyond. So we use thinking to go beyond thinking to experience the innermost self, which is not, you, Grace, or Aline, or me, Mohan, but something which is the universal self in all of us.
Right.
It's consciousness. It's restful alertness. That's the operational definition. And that is the first major milestone in the unity of mind, body, in the experience of self in terms of yoga. The next is the field effect. There's an extended effect. We all are part of this field of intelligence. Some physicists call this a unified field. Mm-hmm. Einstein was languishing after this for most of his life. He couldn't prove it. But somehow most cultures intuitively understand everything is connected. We're all part of nature. There is intelligence in nature.
Yep.
And you know what? Some people, even as children, we suspect, I feel I'm part of this, and this is also part of me. Somehow,
yes.
we are understanding without speaking. Deep intelligence. As we become sophisticated as adults, we lose this sensitivity. Surprise, surprise, no, it hasn't gone. It's there inside you still, and you can rediscover. So it's not about religion. It's not about politics, though we respect all that. This is something which is very intimate and experiential, plus scientifically verifiable. And all kinds of skeptical questions are perfectly welcome. And so that is part of evolution, to discriminate, to understand the differences. So please call the Maharshi Invincibility Center at Bataling Jaya. It is the number again, Grace. I can't find it here.
Well, I will look for the more information,
and we will post it on our Facebook for the
sure.
links as well, and more information about yoga. If people want to search more about the benefits of yoga, the types of yoga, or even about you, since you're also lecturing, how can they search for it?
Me on Facebook. You have my Facebook links, and I can be happy to add them. You can put my Facebook link. Of course, I will have to see who is asking what, because you know what's happening these days, right? And there's also a Facebook link for International Yoga Day, which I sent to you, Grace, I think.
Yes, you have.
Can you post those links, International Yoga Day? It actually and also my dates for learning Transcendental Meditation. We also carry links on yoga. I can give you permission to post those two links on your banner if you want.
Mm-hmm. And also, last question before we end the show. I want to know about why yoga is something that is unchanging, that is modern, that people should always practice it in their daily lives, if there's one reason for it. Because, there are people who would be, either too lazy for doing it, or thinking it's for those who have the perfect body posture. But why do you think people, especially Malaysia and Southeast Asia, we are one of the fattest people in the world?
Yeah, obesity is increasing. I think I'm just going to say it in a very sort of modern way, in context. We give our time and attention and energy in our day to a lot of people. We work 12 to 18 hours sometimes. Some people are working. And by the time they come home, it's sleep time. So why don't you give yourself this time of, 20 minutes of meditating, or maybe 10 minutes of yoga asanas, so half an hour each day, twice a day, for yourself, so that you appreciate yourself more, you improve your health, you increase your intelligence, you can give more, plus you like yourself a lot more.
I mean, meditating doesn't mean that you need to light up the candles and then dim the light and then put on some music.
Quietly, that you don't even have to do the yoga asana, because meditation, concentration, is in and of itself yoga, as I said earlier. It's part and parcel of yoga. So we don't have to associate the bodily postures. You don't have to light a candle, as you say. We don't have to wear special clothes or chant any names or listen to music. No. People do it on a train. People do it on a plane. I do it sometimes in a bus. Sometimes in the airport lounges as I travel. It's done quietly, sitting comfortably, 15 to 20 minutes morning a day. Only twice a day. No change in lifestyle or diet. The diet changes come naturally. We don't change for the sake of changing. The change comes spontaneously. The key word is spontaneous. That means very natural.
Right.
So awesome. You understand?
Yes.
That your body will instinctively know what is right for it. If you still enjoy McDonald's, fine. If you want, organic vegetarian food, it'll come naturally to you. We don't judge. If you want to learn yoga and meditation for selfish reasons because you want to do better in the stock market, absolutely fine. Because, you become sharper. And many brokers in Wall Street are doing this, One of the most famous brokers, it's a Huffington Post. I can't mention their names without their permission. But politicians are doing it. Prime Minister Modi also practices transcendental meditation.
So it's up to us now to practice it, to show example of yoga.
President of Brazil, she's a lady and she's promoting it, and so, yes, it's up to you. But, it's a choice we all make.
Yeah, sure, that's true.
Based on persuasion or propaganda or forcing. It's something that you decide as a self-improvement approach. I want to do yoga and meditation to improve myself. I want to give myself this time.
Yeah.
And it must be easy to do, not difficult. No change in life.
Yeah, and definitely so. But we are towards the end of our show. Thank you very much, Dr. Mohan, for sharing the beauty and the richness of yoga. And definitely, we both will be trying it very, very soon.
Yes.
And thank you very much.
Good night from where I am.
Yes.
And,
it's still good morning here.
You can post the Transcendental Meditation Yoga Center in Petaling Jaya and the phone number and the links to the International Yoga Day on your banner. I think that'll facilitate. Also, my dates for learning Transcendental Meditation, you have the links.
Yep.
That'll facilitate. So thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.